A guy at the pool told her to grab her stuff and get out because he figured she didn't fit in. What he didn't realize, she called that place home for over 8 years and was the town's police chief. Marla Jenkins, 47, didn't ask for much, just a folding chair, decent shades, and a day free from radio chatter. After 4 grueling weeks of non-stop shifts and endless staff briefings, this Saturday was her first chance to unwind in ages. Around 1 p.m., she stepped out her back door, slipping into flip-flops and tucking a water bottle under her arm. She lived in a cozy gated neighborhood in Temecula, California, quiet middle class, full of families, retirees, and a few remote workers. 8 years in, she'd paid off her house and knew every HOA member by name. Strolling to the community pool, she felt at ease because she belonged. Off duty, Marla ditched a uniform for something casual, blending in like anyone else. Her oversized long-sleeve shirt draped over dark leggings, hair pulled into a messy ponytail. No makeup, no badge. She could have passed for an exhausted aunt, which was a vibe she craved. Normal. She swung open the metal gate, waved at the lifeguard, a college kid, Sam, who'd seen her plenty, and got a, "Hey, Ms. Jenkins," in return. Smiling. She picked a chair by the shallow end and sank into it with a soft exhale. The pool hummed with light activity, peaceful and sunny. A few seniors flipped through novels, kids splashed at the edge, and a young dad in flip-flops wrestled armed floaties onto a squirming preschooler. It was calm, warm, perfect. Marla shut her eyes, letting work fade. Not the rookie who botched paperwork, not the training reviews piling up, not the mayor's latest nonsense. Just sun, giggles, and water lapping. Time drifted. She wasn't dozing, just soaking it in. Then came footsteps, bold, heavy ones, closing in fast. Easing her eyes open, she saw a lanky white guy in cargo shorts and a crisp collared shirt looming nearby. No smile, no towel, just a vibe like he was hunting trouble. "Excuse me," he said, voice dripping with fake courtesy. "Do you live here?" Marla straightened slightly. "Yeah, I do." He smirked, arms crossed. "Huh, never seen you before. This pool's residents only." She sized him up. No one else clocked the exchange yet. New HOA flyer poking from his pocket, not a bead of sweat. Probably his first season here. "I'm 4 houses down," she said evenly. "Been here over 8 years. He chuckled, sharp and skeptical. "Sure, and you just strolled in?" "Through the gate, like everyone," she replied, still seated. His jaw flexed. "We had outsiders sneaking in. You get why I'm asking." Marla tilted her head, studying him, letting his words hang there. "What's your name?" she asked. He paused and said, Greg Tanner. Moved in 3 weeks ago. I care about rules." She nodded. "Good to know, Greg. I'm Marla Jenkins. Check the HOA list, I'm on it." He didn't budge, glancing around for backup that wasn't coming. The dad with the preschooler was busy. Sam had earbuds in. The pool felt half empty, but right then it was just them. Greg standing tall, Marla unfazed. He edged closer, still smug. "No key fob on you," he noted. "It's in my tote," she said, not moving to grab it. His eyes narrowed. "I'm calling the HOA to report this." "Go ahead," she shrugged. He hesitated, mouth twitching like he had more to spit out, but it stalled. Marla saw through it. This wasn't about rules. It was about him, his hunch, his need to be right. And Greg wasn't done digging yet. He didn't leave. Instead, he planted himself there, chest puffed like a wannabe bouncer. Marla knew that stance, seen it on street corners and boardrooms at depositions. It screamed certainty, daring her to prove him wrong. "Funny," he said, pacing a bit. "I've been here weeks and never spotted you. Neighbors usually cross paths." She leaned back. "Maybe you've been looking the wrong way." That jabbed him. He huffed, "Right. Make this simple, or we'll get security involved." Marla stayed still. "Greg, I live here." His tone sharpened. "I don't need sass. This is my pool, too." "Not interrogating you," she said, eyes steady. A beat passed. The air stayed lazy, but their words had weight now. A couple of heads turned, brief glances, not gawking yet. He waved at her tote. Just show the fob. I don't owe you that, she replied. You decided I'm out of place before I even spoke. That hit. His jaw clenched, but he stuck to his script. You're complicating this. If you're legit, then what? She cut in. You'll let me stay? He faltered, caught off guard by her pushback. Marla wasn't mad, not yet. 22 years policing taught her this game. He wanted control, to shrink her so he could stand taller. I don't need your okay, she added. Nearby, an older guy in a trucker hat peeked over his book, sensing the vibe shift. You okay, Marla? The guy called. Greg blinked, thrown. I'm fine, Ted. Thanks, she said. Greg's eyes darted between them. Someone knew her. His edge dulled, but his ego clung on. If it's no big deal, just confirm, he muttered, quieter now. She sat up. You saw a black woman alone and figured something's up. Didn't ask, just judged. Now you're stuck, because I'm not playing along. His mouth opened, but no words came fast enough. It's not like that, he stammered. Then what's it like? She asked, genuinely curious. You marched over here like a rent-a-cop with a mission. That stung. He glanced at Ted, then back, flustered. The pool hushed a bit. Folks weren't staring, but they were tuned in. I didn't mean it wrong, Greg said, half backing off. I care about this place. And I've been here longer than you've known the gate code, she replied, cool as ever. Another pause. He didn't know where to go. She waited. He coughed, stepping back like he might bail, but his pride had one last gasp. If you live here, he said, voice tight, showing proofs no harm. Marla wasn't bending to Greg's game. Soon, she wouldn't need to say a thing to shut it down. He lingered, not loud, not cursing, just hovering, blocking her light, close enough to press, but not enough to cross a legal line. She let him simmer in that awkward quiet, then reached into her tote, not for a badge, but her water, unscrewed it, sipped, leaned back like time was hers. What's your end game here, Greg? She said, eyes elsewhere. He shifted. You're blowing this up for no reason. No, she countered, locking eyes now. You did that. You came in with a story already written, and now you're lost because I didn't follow your script. A team by the pool perked up, phone in hand. Greg noticed her too. Gonna make a scene? He sneered, flipping it on her. You already are, Marla said. Sam, the lifeguard, yanked an earbud out, clocking the tension. Greg exhaled hard, shaking his head. Unreal. I try to protect this place, and this is what I get. She raised a brow. You're not protecting anything. You're flexing the space you barely know. He scoffed loud. So I'm the villain now? You're the loud one, she said. The teen smirked. Rules matter, Greg pressed, voice taut. I've got a son. What if some creep slipped in? Marla blinked. And I'm the creep you pegged? He froze. That pause said it all. You're not slick, she added. You sized me up, made your call, and now you're flailing because I didn't fold. He rocked on his heels, unraveling, still clutching his flimsy high ground. Show the fob, prove me wrong, Dunn. She didn't budge, let him stew in his own mess. The teen's gaze sharpened, still no recording, but locked in. I could have been neighborly, Marla said. Asked if you're new, not the other way around. Greg's face twitched. You stormed up, assume I'm crashing, and now you're mad I didn't grovel. His cheeks pinked. He wasn't used to this. The dad with the preschooler glanced over. Kid now splashing, but he edged closer, alert. Greg scanned the growing eyes. I'll let the HOA deal with it, he snapped, doubling down. Tell them everything you said, Marla replied. I've been here 8 years, sat on the safety team 3 times. My name's on the site, Neighborhood Watch. Greg blinked. Seriously? Sam stood, sensing a turn. We good here, he called. Yeah, Marla said. Greg wavered, caught between retreat and clinging to his act. Then a voice cut in from behind, a woman, older, firm. Marla, want me to call Ray from the board? He's around. It was Ellen Price, a community vet. Marla waved her off. No need, Ellen. Just a mix-up. But Greg's grip slipped. He wasn't the king, he thought. His next move would scream louder than his opener. He'd try again, softer now, arms uncrossed. If you're Marla Jenkins, I guess I'm sorry. Guess, she echoed, brow up. He forced a laugh. Well, you didn't advertise it. Should I? She shot back, pinning him. He had no answer. The pool watched Ted, Ellen, Sam, the dad, all waiting on him now. Marla reached into her tote, deliberate this time, pulling out her badge case. Snapped it open, gold glinting, nameplate bold. City of Temecula, Chief of Police Marla T. Jenkins. Greg stepped back, jaw slack. You were on about rules, she said, calm as ever. He gulped. I didn't know. You assumed, she cut in. He fumbled. I didn't mean you did, she said. Not loud, but clear. The teen lowered her phone, stunned. Greg scratched his neck, floundering, exposed. Greg's face flushed, not blazing, but enough to show he wasn't used to pushback. The crowd grew. The dad with the preschooler, the teen by the water, Ellen watching steady. He squared his shoulders. Fine, I'll let the HOA sort it, he said, voice clipped. Do it, Marla replied. Tell him how you rolled up on me. That froze him. I've lived here 8 years, she added. Helped run security 3 terms. Check the website. His bravado cracked, just a hair. For real? Greg muttered, softer now. Sam, the lifeguard, stepped closer. All good here. We're cool, Marla said. Before Greg could regroup, Ellen chimed in again. Marla, Ray's home if you need him. Marla smiled faintly. Thanks, Ellen, we're fine. Greg's control slipped. He wasn't the shot caller he'd imagined. His next play would echo louder than his first. He shifted, arms loose, tone dialing back. If you're really Marla Jenkins, I apologize, I guess. She tilted her head, unimpressed. Guess. Marla pressed, eyebrow arched. He chuckled, stiff and fake. You didn't exactly broadcast it. Why should I? She countered, eyes locked. He had nothing. She reached into her tote, pulled her badge case, opened it wide. Gold flashed. Chief of Police Marla T. Jenkins. Greg stumbled back, speechless. You were big on rules, she said, steady. He swallowed hard. I mean you assumed, she finished, loud enough without saying it. The teen's jaw dropped, phone forgotten. Greg fumbled, neck red. I wasn't trying to start anything. No, Marla said, standing now, badge in hand. You wanted to run it. She loomed taller, not in height, but presence. You came to flex power you don't own. I carry mine daily, but I don't shove it in faces. That's the difference. He stared at the ground. Sorry, he mumbled, weak. She let it hang, then sat back, badge stowed. The pool reset. Kid splashed, life rolled on, but eyes lingered. Funny thing, Marla said, sunglasses sliding down. You could have just said hi. I'd have shared my water. His face burned deeper. Instead, you try to gatekeep a place I've kept safe for years. Ellen rose, voice firm. We know you, Marla. Always have. Appreciate it. Marla nodded. Ted piped up. Pool's yours, Chief. Greg shuffled off, muttering, head low. The preschooler giggled, splashing free. Sam plugged his earbuds back in. Marla settled, shoulders easing, soaking the quiet wind. She didn't gloat, didn't need to. The badge wasn't the strength. It was her restraint. By dusk, the story was spreading. As she left, towel over her arm, flip-flops clicking, heads turned, not gawking, just curious. She caught whispers near the lot. That new guy mess with her? Marla Jenkins, a chief? He had no clue. Later, in her kitchen, she grilled fish, sliced a pear, poured fizzy water. Simple, steady. Her phone lit up. Tara, a pound nearby, texting, heard you on poolside today. Marla grinned, typing back, just clarified some things. She didn't chase the spotlight or relish drama, but this felt right. Not for Greg, but for those watching, wondering how they'd stand up. A tap at the door broke her thoughts. Ellen stood there, pool hat on, holding a foil pan. "Extra cornbread," she said casual. "Thought you'd like it." Marla took it, smiling. "Thanks, that's sweet." Ellen paused. "You handled him smooth. Real poise." Marla nodded, letting that settle in. "Folks noticed," Ellen added. "Not just a mess, the grace too." Marla leaned on the frame, quiet. Ellen's last words hit deep. Some of us stayed silent today, but we saw it, felt it. That stuck. Alone again, Marla sank onto her couch, cornbread beside her. Scrolling texts. "Ted, always admired your style. Holler if you need me. Sam, sorry I didn't jump in, Chief. I've got you next time." Small nods, respect, stacking up like stones in a wall she'd built over years. Next morning, she walked the neighborhood, 6:45 a.m., air still crisp. Passing the clubhouse board, she spotted a flyer, "Meet your neighbors." Her photo, uniformed, shaking hands in an old event, pinned up with a scribbled note. To the guy who told her go, "Check the roster." She laughed, not bitter, just real. A kid biking by slowed, waved. "You're the police chief, right?" "Yep," Marla said. "You were epic yesterday." "Standing firm should be standard," she replied, steady as ever. He pedaled off, thoughtful. This wasn't about the pool anymore. It was what folks carried from it. By Sunday, the tale grew legs, local buzz, not headlines. At Corner Brew, her usual spot, barista Nate grinned. "Chief Jenkins, you're hot on next door." She smirked. "Oh yeah." "Guy at the pool got schooled," he chuckled, handing her coffee. "Didn't do much," she said. "That's why it's sticking," he replied. She sipped, checked her phone. An email from her deputy flagged a forum post worth a look. She opened it. Saw a woman at the pool yesterday get hassled for not belonging. Turns out, she's our police chief. Handled it with class I'd kill to have. Meet Marla Jenkins, neighbor and badass. 30 comments, all solid. Marla set her phone down. She didn't hunt praise, but seeing respect ripple out hit different. That afternoon, Tara's kid, 11-year-old Leo, dropped by with a borrowed rake. "Hi, Ms. Marla," he said wide-eyed. "Did you bust a guy at the pool?" She chuckled. "No arrests, kid." "Mom said he freaked when he saw you're the boss," Leo pressed. Marla crouched to his level. He was just shocked. People guess wrong sometimes. Better to ask first. He nodded, handing over the rake. "You're awesome." "You too, Leo," she smiled. After he bounced off, she lingered in the doorway, thinking. She'd faced snap judgments forever. Her look, her skin, her vibe. Nothing new. But this time, folks saw patience, not just pushback. Maybe they clocked it in themselves next time tension brewed. She didn't need to fix Greg. That wasn't her gig. But maybe a kid, a neighbor, that teen with the phone might pause before piling on someone just chilling in their own space. Marla exhaled, stowed the rake, glanced at her badge on the counter. Still silent, but loud yesterday. It wasn't the metal that spoke. It was her calm. And calm under fire roars louder than chaos. Monday dawn, routine kicking in. Trash trucks groaning. Sprinklers hissing. A dog yapping down the block. She dressed for work. Uniform crisp, badge gleaming. Same drill. 22 years strong. But today felt sharper, not from the clash, but what it bared. In the mirror, just a woman 47, who'd earned her stripes, picking duty over glory every time. Greg's move wasn't fresh or wild. It was slick routine, the kind that slides by in daylight, cloaked as concern. Dangerous because it's subtle. Not this time, though. This time, he got a mirror, clean, raw, no filter. She poured coffee, phone buzzing. Ray, HOA Prez texted, "Heard about the pool. Talk to Greg. He's done stirring pots." Marla stared, then replied, "Thanks. Let's make sure no one else pulls that stunt." That was it. Not just Greg, but the quiet digs at a roadworth, masked as just checking. Later, a city clerk dropped off misrouted mail. One envelope stood out, handwritten, no sender. She tore it open. "Chief Jenkins, saw you at the pool. My son did too. You showed us strength with heart. Thanks." Signed, a neighbor. She tucked it in her desk, gentle. Not about heroics. Marla didn't buy that. It was showing up, holding steady, not just for her, but anyone who's felt squeezed out of their own spot. Next time someone swings bravado like a badge, she hoped they'd recall her. Silence can outshout noise. A firm, I belong, can land harder than a zinger. If you're ever in her shoes, someone sizing you up, don't yell. Stand tall, quiet, and let your presence do the talking. No need to justify yourself to a closed mind or shrink for their ego. Carry that still power, the kind that doesn't beg for a nod. When eyes are on you, especially young ones, show them dignity that doesn't flinch. If this hits home, stick around. More stories like this coming raw and true, about worth you don't need a green light to claim. Monday rolled on, steady. Marla sipped coffee, flipped through mail, badge gleaming on her desk, quiet but heavy with yesterday's weight. She headed to the station, routine humming. A call from Nate at Corner Brew later. "Chief, you're still to talk online." She laughed light. "Didn't do anything wild." "That's the point," he said. An email pinged. Her deputy again with another post. "Caught a scene at the pool. Woman got grilled. Turned out she's our chief. Cool as ice. Respect matters. No Marla Jenkins." Comments piled up positive. She didn't crave the buzz, but meant something when folks saw poise over flash. That afternoon, Leo swung by again, rake excuse long gone. "Ms. Marla, people say you're famous now." She smirked. "Not quite, kid." "But you shut that guy down," he grinned. "Just stood my ground," she said, leaning in. "Sometimes that's enough." He nodded, big eyes soaking it in. She watched him scamper off, thinking how many times she'd been doubted. Skin, age, vibe, and how this time, folks saw past it. Not about changing Greg, but maybe shifting someone else's lens. She didn't need the badge to win. It was a steady hand behind it. By evening, the story had legs, neighbors texting, chatting over fences. It wasn't loud fame, but a local hum that stuck. She cooked dinner. Fish, pear, fizz, simple fuel. Tara texted again. Pool sagas everywhere. "You're a legend." Marla replied, "Just me being me." But it wasn't about her. It was what stuck with folks. Respect doesn't need a megaphone. It's quiet, firm, and cuts deeper than noise ever will. Next day, she walked early, streets cool. The board flyer still hung, her face that note. "Read up, new guy." A jogger, maybe 20, waved. "You're the chief, right?" "That was dope." "Thanks," Marla said, "but holding your space should be normal." He nodded, ran off. She turned home, badge on the counter, untouched since. It didn't flex, it didn't need to. What flexed was her calm, and that's what echoed, rippling out to whoever'd been watching, learning, maybe growing from it. Marla had faced it all. Side eyes, dismissals, assumptions tied to her look, her skin, her years. Old news. But this time, folks saw something else. Control, not chaos. Maybe a kid, a neighbor, that teen by the pool would think twice before jumping someone just existing in their own lane. She inhaled deep, shut the door, set the rake aside. Her badge rested on the counter. Still since Saturday. It didn't need a shout. Her steady grip did that, louder than any flare-up ever could. Monday crept in, routine as ever. Trash bins rattling, sprinklers whirring, a mutt yapping somewhere. She suited up, uniform sharp, badge pinned, 22 years of the same dance. But today carried an edge, not from the clash, but what it peeled back. In the mirror, just a 47-year-old who climbed the ranks, choosing grit over glitz. Greg's poolside jab wasn't rare. It was smooth, baked into daily life, sneaky under a just curious mask. That's the danger. This time, though it got caught, held up, seen clear. She poured coffee, phone humming. Ray texted. "Dealt with Greg. He's off your back." She tapped back. "Good. Let's stop the next one before it starts." It wasn't just him. It was those sly cuts that nick at worth, dressed up as care. Later, sorting stray mail, a plain envelope popped out. Hand scrawled, no sender. Inside, "Chief Jenkins saw you Saturday." My kid did too. You taught him poise beats bravado. Thanks. No name, just a neighbor. She slid it into her drawer, soft. Not about capes. Marla didn't roll that way. It was being there, solid, for anyone who's felt shoved out of their own turf. Next time someone swings ego like a club, she hoped they'd picture her. Quiet, outlasting, loud, a firm, I'm here, trumping any snap. If you're ever cornered, doubt it for just being. Don't roar. Stand firm, calm, let your weight speak. Her badge sat still, but its echo from the pool hit harder than years of desk work ever did. That afternoon at the station, she sifted reports, sipped coffee. A clerk dropped off more mail. One note stood out, handwritten. Chief Jenkins, don't know you, but saw you handle that guy. My daughter watched too. She learned strength with heart in minutes, more than school's given her. Thank you. And signed, just a neighbor. She folded it, tucked it away. It wasn't glory she chased. It was showing up, drawing a line for every soul who's been shrunk by someone too quick to judge. By evening, the story hummed. Neighbors texting, whispering over hedges. Not big news, but a local pulse that stuck. She grilled fish, sliced a pear, poured fizzy water. Nothing fancy, just fuel. Terra pinged. Pool tales everywhere. You're a quiet legend. Marla smirked. Just did my thing. But it wasn't her win. It was what folks took. Respect doesn't need a stage. It's still short and cuts deep. She hoped some kid, some watcher, caught that spark and carried it forward. Tuesday dawned. Streets cool. The board flyer hung on her photo that pen jab. New guy, read up. A jogger, early 20s, slowed. You're the chief, right? That was slick. Thanks, Marla said, but owning your spot should be basic. He nodded, jogged off. She turned home, badge idle on the counter. It didn't need to flex. Her calm did the heavy lifting. And that calm rippled, maybe nudging someone, Leo, that teen and neighbor, to rethink how they step up next time. She didn't need to reshape Greg. Her job was bigger, holding space for the doubted, the dismissed. That pool moment wasn't about her badge. It was her poise, unshaken. That stuck. If you're ever sized up, told you don't fit, don't shrink. Stand tall, quiet, let your being roar. When young eyes catch it, show them worth that doesn't bend. The story lingered, not loud, but lasting. Proof dignity's yours, no permission required. Marla sipped her coffee, ready for the day, steady as ever. If this tale nudged you, hit subscribe. We'll keep dropping real stories raw and true about standing firm without fanfare. Marla didn't chase the buzz, but it found her anyway. Her badge gleamed, but her calm outshone it. Proof power doesn't need volume. Next time you're tested, channel that. No yelling, no folding, just presence. She finished her coffee, stepped into the morning, knowing some kid out there might have learned more from 10 minutes poolside than a year of lectures ever taught. Marla Jenkins, 47, Temecula's police chief, lounged by the community pool. 8 years in that gated haven. Her folding chair throwing a hard-earned piece after 22 years wrangling chaos. Then Greg Tanner, a lanky rookie resident of 3 weeks, strutted up, khaki shorts crisp, voice sharp with fake courtesy. You live here? His smug stare screamed trespasser before she even spoke. What unfolded wasn't just a showdown. It was a masterclass in quiet power. Marla didn't flinch, didn't yell. She let him dig his own grave. Each word a shovel deeper. Show the fob. He barked, arms crossed, blocking her son. I don't owe you. She shot back, cool as the 80-degree breeze, until her badge flashed gold, undeniable, Chief Marla T. Jenkins, and Greg's face drained whiter than the poolside concrete. The teen with the phone, the dad with the preschooler, Ellen's firm nod, they all saw it. A man undone by his own arrogance, slicking off his whisper spread 3 blocks wide by dusk. Lesson 1. Real strength doesn't need a megaphone. Marla's calm, forged in decades of defusing hotter messes in Greg's ego, outshone his loud bluster. Proof you can stand 5 feet 6 inches and tower over fool without raising your voice. Lesson 2. Snap judgments are a boomerang. Greg saw a black woman alone, pegged her wrong in under 10 seconds, and got schooled by a truth heavier than his HOA pamphlet. 8 years, 3 safety terms, her name etched online. Next time you're itching to just ask, picture Marla's steady gaze over those shades, her water bottle sipped slow, while Greg unraveled. Dignity's a quiet blade. It cuts deepest when you least expect it, and the neighborhood's still buzzing about it over coffee at Corner Brew. Ever face a Greg who judged you before you spoke, only to flip the script like Marla did with quiet grit? What's your story of standing firm without shouting? Drop it below. Hit that like and subscribe. My channel's packed with real tales like this, showing how calm can outshine chaos. Join us for more lessons on owning your space. No badge required.